Welcome and thank you for joining us today. In this session, we shall be exploring Computerized Maintenance Management System or CMMS and introducing you Reliament CMMS, a comprehensive solution designed to streamline your maintenance operation. First, let us start with the basics. A CMF system or a computerized maintenance management system is a software solution that helps organizations to manage and track their maintenance activities. CMMS systems are used across various industries to maintain assets, schedule preventive maintenance, manage work orders, and keep detailed records of all maintenance activity. The primary goal of CMMS is to enhance operational efficiency by reducing downtime, extending the lifespan of equipment, and improving productivity. A well implemented CMMS also ensures compliance with industry regulation and standard by maintaining accurate records and automating routine tasks. Now that you have a general understanding of what is CMMS is, let us dive into Reliament CMMS, a powerful and user-friendly solution that takes your maintenance management to the next level. Reliament CMMS is designed to address the unique need of your organization by structuring its core functionalities around three main components, that is master data, it is the equipment master data, preventive maintenance, and work order transactional. Additionally, it offers robust analytics and reporting capability to help you make more informed and effective decisions. The foundation of any CMS system is its master data. Let us dwell into the system and we go by physically. I will try to show you what exactly we are discussing. So we are actually first making a login. Fundamentally, we need basically accounts, three main accounts. First account is admin account, that's supposed to be the planner of that maintenance team or some senior person who can aware of the most of the things. That is the admin account. Further, we can have production account. Production people are owner of the productive or production equipments. They're supposed to raise the concern or raise the notification when there is some problem with the machines. So that particular account is production, and then we have maintenance account. Maintenance team supposed to correct the machine issues and close the work order by providing the relevant information. And in this process, there is a transactions spare item transaction takes place, which is approved by the store account. So that means understood. We have four accounts starting with admin, the central role, then the production, maintenance, and store. So these are the uh, little organization structure. Now we will see what we meant by master data and the other aspect we have discussed so far. So basically what master data contains. Master data contains all the relevant information about your equipment, maintenance processes, preventive maintenance, work order maintenance, spare part, vendor partner, and related thing. So starting with the plant is the highest hierarchy within that organization. Under plant, there should supposed to be some units. Further, we can have some location. So these units or plant or department or even at equipment level, we can assign the location. Underneath the unit, we have department. Department may be, for example, within a production unit, it could be a casting department, assembly department, machine department, and likewise. Then we have equipment. Equipment are coming under certain some department. So these are the main fundamental master data, as we say. Within this data, within this equipment, we are asking for multiple parameter. We define a equipment. Detailed process of equipment creation, department creation is available in other videos you can see. Then we have equipment group. Equipment group means we are grouping certain equipment to facilitate certain common tasks. So this way we make a group of certain equipment and then we assign the common task. So in that case, you need not to make that common task list for multiple equipment. Generally, it is a what is a it is a kind of route maintenance where within a spatial or closed equipment, certain basic jobs such as inspection or lubrication or cleaning can be carried out. The next is subassembly. Fundamentally, subassembly are machine part. Subassembly are the part, or sometimes they call rotables. These subassemblies can be repaired and corrected and fitted back. So this is how it differs from the consumable or the component. A component cannot supposed to be fitted back, or subassembly is supposed to be fitted back. Number one, a single subassembly can support to multiple similar equipment. Example, if you have certain similar machines having the common gearbox, so that extra gearbox can be a subassembly, and we this Reliament CMMS support all the preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance thing on the subassembly level. Next are the spare. Spare parts are store entity. These are the parts which are fundamentally fitted on machine. All transaction, issue, accounting, transactions, reporting, we can take care on this spare module creation. Make is the fundamentally make are what spare part make mean we are giving this thing, we are assigned makes to spare part. This will help to avoid duplicate creation of spare part. It is a mandatory to put some make to each and every spare. You can use certain make such as journal. If you don't want to have particular make for particular thing, you can use the journal. Then we have a fault code. Fault code is it is a short description of the fault. Common fault generally, for example, leakages, air leakages, maybe hydraulic leakage, or maybe certain faults such as tripping, or certain faults like broken, something small description. Fault code we are using for reporting or analytics. That means for a given fault code, how many times it came in a given period, what is the hours of breakdown assigned or belong to this fault, and what is the cost. Similar to fault code, it is a repair code. Repair code means the routine repair items which we are writing on the work orders. Caution is to be taken care. This fault code and repair code are not the full description. They are only assigned so that you can you can line up your work orders or work order history quickly. Further, we have a failure mechanism code. That means how something has failed, maybe out of corrosion, out of overwork, out of fatigue failure. This kind of codes also has been designed. Then we have equipment criticality. You can classify the equipment based on their criticality, how critical they are with respect to your business. Then we have a equipment category. Category is fundamentally belongs to, for example, you have production machinery, then you can have certain vehicles, you have lab machinery, you can have some production tools which are not fundamentally equipment. So these are the fundamental categorization. Then we have equipment work hazard. Equipment work hazard means we are listing the equipment work hazard, which that means if somebody work on this equipment, the equipment pose this kind of hazard. Example is working on height, maybe high voltage, high noise, confined area, like this. That also we can define. Then we can define the maintenance team. That means each employee is defined within this CMMS along with this hourly cost and once they are assigned with certain work order, we can find out work order wise who work, what is the cost of that maintenance resource. So like that, likewise it can come. Then we have an important aspect, measuring point. Measuring points are fundamentally assigned to equipment. They used to measure certain entity. They can be instrument or they may be simple count. They trigger certain work order based on the settings. Example, if you want to set something, some oil pressure value should be less than, say it should be always more than 5 kg. Example, so we create one measuring point, assign that measuring point to equipment, and we monitor this value of oil pressure. And once the oil pressure drop less than 5, it triggers some work order. So this is the requirement of measuring point. Measuring point can be some production related aspect also. For example, if we say after machining say some 1000 items, we need to do some ABC check. So that way also measuring point can be defined, and daily we need to put our production, and once we get the 1000 item done, a corresponding work order will trigger. That is the measuring point. Object class is a concept we are used to classify the equipment type. So how does it matter? That means you may have some lifting tools, then you have some hoist, crane, moving crane. So this all crane or the things come under the object class, that may be the lifting equipment, because this class or this each kind of that class share certain attribute. So we can have object class as a lifting tool. We can also object class such as CNC machine, or whatever way you want to classify your system. This thing will help us to create a more detailed analytics later. We have vendor partner. These are the basically external associate that will help, that will you can give your you can assign job to them. They are external parties, so that can also define. Unit of measurement, we have already inbuilt standard unit of measurement. You further, if there is some special unit of measurement you want to add, or you want to add something in different way, that can be added. We have a equipment bill of material. Fundamentally it is component that is used on a machine. Okay, that means there is a equipment, and that equipment have many components. You can write all component, or you can write a major component. Later it will help you to make your inventory control as well as maintenance tasks at each component level. You can review that how certain component can fail and what we can do. External compliance equipment, we are facilitating creation of equipment which have which need to be compliant to external parties, maybe pollution control devices or some likewise. So that equipments are also listed in separate way. We can create maintenance task list. Fundamentally, these are the checklists or task lists that we are creating against certain repetitive works or under certain diagnosis procedures. So we can create this task list, and this task list can be assigned to work order. Okay, so every time you need to create or decide or work through, this will be in your library. Whenever there is a work order, you can attach corresponding task list there. Then we have a root cause analysis. If there is a breakdown where breakdown time is more than 2 hours, or there is a cause factor which, for example, we have taken as a 5000 INR. So if it crosses those values, it will automatically open that RCA, root cause analysis form. And these open root cause forms are fundamentally measured here. Okay. Okay, that means you can see here. This is RCA. So now it is showing that 220 RCA are open. So that means it will create a breakdown order of breakdown timing is more than 2 hours or that cost of correction is more than 5,000. You can have your own values. So it will be showing as a open displays. So this particular what we have discussed is part of we say master data. If you need some more similar master data, that also can be customized to your need. So that is the master data we have discussed. Further, under transaction subheading, we have preventive maintenance plans and work order transactions. So preventive maintenance, I will show you preventive maintenance. We are able to create preventive maintenance. Within a preventive maintenance, we are able to create 4 kind of preventive maintenance profile. First is time based. It is a time based. Okay, let us show